Welcome back to the Creatia Conversation, your number one news source for all of that nerd-ish on Pornhub. I'm your host this Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, it's Tuesday, right, Will?
I think so.
Okay. This Tuesday afternoon, the Pornhub Poppy, the Salt and the Spirit Swallow, Daddy Delgado, a.k.a. SESvince. And I'm joined once again, 3 episodes in a row on the Creatia Conversation with the Will Gray. How are you doing, sir?
You were so fucking aggressive in your intro, Vince.
Was
I
I?
loved it. It was
Oh, okay.
very like machismo of you. I was like, that's not a Vince I recognize outside of the bedroom. What's he doing here?
It's my Gemini splits personality. Sometimes the aggressiveness comes out.
I
It's the
love all
Gemini in me.
I love all 12 of your personalities, Vince.
Well, if you want to catch us and all my various personalities, you can find us live right here on twitch.tv/Creatia World, where if you have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming, you have a free subscription to give out on Twitch. You can give it out to us. Go ahead and do so. It's free to do. Also, you can follow us over there, turn on the bell notification so you know when we go live. 100% free. Support a content creator. And if not, you can give it to Rivet City Radio over there with Will and Botch Spots and Chair Shots. Give them some content. They have amazing work over there. Fun stuff. They have trivia, which is my favorite show they do.
I love you too, Vince.
We're also live on youtube.com/Creatia World, where it's 100% free to subscribe over there. You can turn on the bell notification there. Flick the little bell notification button so you know when we go live as well on there. And like, comment, subscribe, the works. It's available after the fact over there as well. But if you want to watch this after the fact in a more intimate setting, you can go over to pornhub.com/model/Creatia World, where the Warren Matt Ritter, that's his favorite platform for you guys to watch. Go ahead and watch us over there. We have some great content as well there, and still some Pornhub exclusive watch alongs. And until we get our shit together, like with Pornhub, we still have 1 or 2 over there. Will was part of one of them.
It was the Evil Head watch along. It was quite fantastic. The Boss Bitch Al had to work her magic on that one because there are things Pornhub won't let you put in a video, apparently.
Apparently, of all platforms, Pornhub is the most stingiest one. But yeah, Will, it's been about a week now. About a week ago, we got together, talked some nerd-ish stuff. What you've been doing? What have you been watching? I saw this morning before we hopped on. You got really excited about some Matt Cardona news. Do you want to talk about that?
Matt Cardona is going to be addressing the NWA Nation or universe, whatever you choose to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff that I've been told or led to believe is that he's going to be there for a predetermined amount of dates,
Okay.
kind of a tour schedule, if you will. And it's pretty much to replace what he missed when he was injured. So
Okay.
when he had to relinquish or pretty much give up the 10 pounds of gold because he got hurt, this is ultimately him giving that time, not giving, he's going to get paid well for it. Billy's got money, but this is him giving that time back to the NWA. So everything, all signs point towards him and EC3 at some point for the 10 pounds of gold, which I'm hyped for.
So is EC3 the current holder of the 10 pounds of gold?
No. Tyrus is, and I've been doing power rankings for the last few weeks, and Tyrus is set pretty in that number 10 spot for the 10. I call it the world power rankings, and it's like the top 10 world championships across the promotions. And I grade the champions on TV time, match quality, win-loss record, and their overall ranking the week before. And then I'll average it out. And Tyrus, man, you got to show up to work and you got to wrestle if you want points, man. Like
he's not concerned about the points. Apparently, he doesn't have his priorities straight.
You got to come to work if you want to look like a good wrestler. That's all I'm saying for Tyrus.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But aside from that, well, what else have you been watching and playing in the meantime since we last talked?
So you know me. I'm a wee bit of a conspiracy theorist, right?
A wee bit, just a tad bit.
I've been known to wear a tinfoil hat or two in my day. There's no denying it. I went down this rabbit hole and I found this story. Okay, this guy in England, his name is Arthur Knight.
Okay.
All right, follow me here. Let me blow your mind for a second.
All right, I'm listening.
He is actually Nicholas Rossi. Okay. He's wanted in Utah, and he's going to be extradited from the UK to Utah. Okay. He's
Okay.
hiding from the US for like 6 years. Arthur Knight and Nicholas Rossi are the same person. And now he's in court having to like fight that he's not the same person. He's arguing that when he was unconscious, they tattooed him to match Nicholas Rossi's tattoos.
Right.
All of it. And it's got to the point now that his dad has come out, and his dad is like, no, this is obviously Nick. Like, he's crazy. Just bring him home and let him. Like, it's like, I blow my mind. This is 2023. We could just go, okay, let's draw his blood and find out who he is. And instead, the UK has let this become this international like shenanigan in the media with the fact that this dude is going to get extradited, but the UK is fighting the fact that they're like, wait a second, it might not actually be him, guys. And it's even the dude's dad has came forward and been like, no, he's just crazy. Let him come home. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've seen cases. I've seen wild episodes of SVU and other TV shows where it feels like this is right up that alley. Where do you stand here, Will? Or what are your thoughts on this?
bring him home. It's obviously Nicholas Rossi. There's no denying it. Everybody knows it. He's gone as far as to be in a wheelchair and being like a gas mask. When he got arrested and he was put into the UK like federal pen, he converted to like Hasidic traditional Judaism, which is like wearing the robes in a yarmulke 24/7. At one point, he showed up in court wearing full judge's robes to the point he got kicked out of court. Like, this is a legitimate fucking circus. And I love every second of it. He's wanted for some really yucky things. I'm not making light of what he's wanted for.
Right.
But the fact that the UK has allowed this to become the circus that is just completely crazy to me.
Wow. That is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Do you have a side-by-side profile of
give me 90 seconds and I'll send it to you on Twitter. What have you been up to? What have you been playing?
For me, honestly, you know what's the wildest thing? I decided to like start binging last night. Of all things, King of the Hill on Hulu. But I started watching the first season. I got up to like episode 7, maybe. It was just so funny because like it gives me almost kind of like an Office vibe where like it's like so like it shouldn't be funny, but it is funny, and you just watch their every day-to-day lives. You watch Hank Hill like just tripping and stumbling over himself, trying to bond with his son, who they have nothing in common, but he loves with all his heart. Because of his narrow urethra, he can't make another one. It's like all these like small little like first world problems that he has, and it's just hilarious to me. Melissa was over there watching it with me. She actually got a little into it, so that's what I've been watching. I've in my DC animated universe binge, I got up until Justice League versus Teen Titans, which I loved as a film. The next film in my anthology is Justice League Dark. However, for some reason, it's not available on Max. I looked for it on Prime and it's not available there. It says video not available. The only place I've been able to find it is on YouTube and to stream it for like I think $5 or like $8 or $9. And I'm like, do I want to fork over almost $10 to watch this one film in my anthology because it's not available on HBO Max where it should be?
I feel like that's an issue. And I've recently ran into something similar, not quite the same thing, but very similar. And it's in the fact that like I went and saw Asteroid City. So I'm kind of diving through these Wes Anderson films, and I have to go to like the 5 different points of the world to watch all of his different movies on streaming services. And I'm like, if you have Wes Anderson movies, have all the fucking Wes Anderson movies for me. Like, don't make me have to go multiple locations to finish your series or to finish your show or to finish your movies. If you're going to have this show, have all of the show. It's not that hard to ask for.
No, I 100% get you there, Will. For me, I don't know. Like that was one of the reasons why, like, I made a joke saying that I didn't want to watch Jigsaw or I didn't want to watch Spiral, but it was mostly just because it didn't have Spiral and it didn't have Jigsaw as part of my what was it, Stars subscription that I got for free. So I didn't get that included. So I'm just like, why? Why would I want to go and subscribe to another streaming service just to watch Jigsaw and then watch the rerun on FX for Spiral? So I might actually go watch Spiral because it's not making me go out of my way to get another subscription for it. But I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't I like everything all bundled up in one platform. Let's see here. Lord Cusselot Travis Pointer says it must have been removed recently. Apparently, it's been a thing for a few years now. Like I think since like 2020 maybe or 2021. We definitely watched that for Multiverse. Okay, so maybe I'll just watch Travis and Mara review it. And if you want to watch Mara and Travis review it too, you should head on over to patreon.com/Creatia World, where for $1 a day, you get Multiverse with Travis and Mara talking about the DC animated films. You also get Return to Wrestling with Travis and the Word of Matt Ritter, where they go back and watch old WCW, a show where you've been on as well, Will.
I
And we can
have
talk about
been.
that. So check it out over there. And if you go over to Patreon and you go to a higher tier, you get the ad-free version of the show, which later on avoids the ads. So I think it's that time. Well, I think we've talked plenty. We talked plenty. Let's get into some newsy time.
Newsy time.
Newsy
Newsy time.
time.
That was a failed attempt at singing.
It's okay. It was well done. It was well executed, in my opinion. Like less than a year ago, Travis says. I don't think the time frame is the issue. I think the issue is that it's not there anymore. I think that's the issue. So okay, so we're gonna start things off with some WWE 2K23 news. We had a new patch that was released today. This is an article coming from FutureGameReleases.com, written by Angel Kisevisky. I'm gonna call him Angel. So Angel writes, WWE 2K23 patch 1.13 brings stability improvements, new gameplay fixes, and new content. So Visual Concepts is due to roll out a new WWE 2K23 patch. The new update will introduce changes to enhance the game's performance, stability, and user experience. Among the highlights of patch 1.13, polished language updates have been added for multiple WWE superstars. Further localization the game for players in Poland. Additionally, the update will bring numerous stability improvements, helping to ensure smoother gameplay across the board. The patch also promises an exciting addition to the game's content as it adds support for the Revel and Wyatt DLC pack that will be released tomorrow. We'll talk about the details in the pack afterwards. The update is supposed to land this week. Just a reminder, my faction will receive more updates with patch 1.14, including additional card assets, keeping players engaged and anticipating what's next. Thanks to the WWE 2K community Discord, the patch notes are below. And like I said, general stuff is polished updates for multiple WWE superstars, various stability improvements, added support for Revel and Wyatt DLC pack, which we covered. Gameplay wise, it's addressed reported concerns related to the Mandible Claw 2 move. So I don't know about that. Address reported concerns related to the tag team finisher not displaying. Address reported concerns of rendering issues that would arise after getting pinned while using the rapid pin minigame. Address reported concerns related to the title belts missing during certain entrances. Address reported concerns related to adjusting controller assignments during elimination match types. Online stability improvements, community creation stability improvements. What else? Addressing reported concerns related to displaying problems for the Raw Women's title when custom side plates were used. I feel like a lot of this stuff, it's more or less recycled stuff from the last patch note update that I gave on Creatia Conversation. But I think the big one here for me is the audio patch update, and it added Sami Zayn's Worlds Apart theme to create an entrance. So, for those of you that may not have bought the game and assumed it was as up to date as it possibly could be, it had Sammy's old heel theme song when he was still part of the Bloodline. So, when he left the Bloodline and became a babyface with siding with Kevin Owens, they updated his Titantrons, but it still had his old theme song. So for nerds like me, that was a pet peeve of mine, and it just really bothered me. So now we're going to be able to have a more up to date Sami Zayn, which is the best. The big thing in this whole article is that they can add old theme songs in, which I'm hoping they add Champa's new theme song or old theme song that he just came back with, because I don't believe it's in the game currently.
The Black Heart or whatever it's
Yeah,
called. Yeah,
yeah. No one
that's
will
a good.
survive.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that one. So that's mostly what I'm looking for. And I like that because they did something similar when they added characters like Mia Yim and Candice LeRae, characters that were in the game last year, but didn't make the roster cut this year after their return via Triple H. It made sense to just bring them in. And I'm just glad that that's actually a thing that we're seeing now, that they're actually doing small little updates to include wrestlers or wrestler theme songs to make it more up to date. And I like that because it's a yearly installment game. So a lot of the times companies don't feel the need to update the game throughout the year. They just like, oh, well, they'll just get the game next year. And then by next year, it's still out of date.
I'm 99% sure I talked to you about it on this show. Yeah, that's Nicholas Rossi and Arthur Knight side by side. Obviously the same dude. And it's like a whole thing about them arguing if he's the same person or not.
He looks a little fatter and has less hair in the second picture.
But yeah. You made me lose my train of thought because
sorry. Sorry. I forgot all about the picture. I'm like, let me blow it up at some point.
When you and I were on the show, because we were talking about, it was when War Games was first announced and the things they were going to do with it. And I said one of my biggest worries with 2K23 was if it was going to be Madden. Were they just going to give us the same game with an updated roster and a new coat of paint? Mm-hmm. And then hearing that this major patch is coming through to fix all these bugs says to me, I was semi right about that. Yeah. Because you got the same Sami Zayn that you had in 2K22. And now you're just now getting the actual 23 Sami Zayn. And we're in July. So exactly. I tip of the cat. I was kind of right with that. Because that's why I still haven't bought 2K23, because I knew it's an incomplete game. It wasn't ready to come out yet. They rushed it because they wanted to do a yearly release and not fall into the gap they did from 2K20 to 2K22 where they had to skip 2 years because they didn't have a good quality game coming out.
Yeah, I think they just want to avoid that at all costs. But I think it's at a point where a lot of these sports centric type games like WWE, NBA, Madden, I think we're at a point where it should just be a free to play type game like Fortnite and just release constant updates, roster updates. Because how hard can it possibly be just to update a character's look or just make an alternate attire for their newest version, and it sucks for let's say characters like Asuka that just came back at the Rumble with a new face paint and a new theme song, and then you still got the old Empress of Tomorrow Asuka, which yes, with community creations you can update it as best you can, but if you're someone like me that doesn't have time to sit there and scour community creations for an updated version or make one yourself, it's a little tedious and annoying, the fact that you have to actually go out of your way to do it yourself.
Buy it once for $60 and then charge us $10 a month for subscription to stay live on the Madden servers, and then every 3 or 4 months kill it for a big update, fix some bugs, do some cosmetic changes, whatever you want, and do it that way. That way, Madden would be a killing if they did it exactly like you're talking about with Fortnite. Mm-hmm. The initial $60 purchase makes you a Madden player for life, and then you've just got to pay a subscription fee to be live on their servers.
Yeah,
easy money. I would pay for that.
I think that's I think that's a good way of doing it as well. But on top of that, DLC. You want to add new characters, make them DLC. We've seen that you've been able to do with free DLCs with like I mentioned with Mia Yim, Michin, and Candice LeRae. If these are characters that you have in the past, just even if it's an old character model, just bring them in, update their gear just slightly. It shouldn't be too much of a task, For instance, new DLC that's coming out tomorrow in the Revel with Wyatt pack, and we're gonna talk about that right now. So it's going to have 6 new characters to try across WWE brands and eras. The Revel with Wyatt pack should bring plenty of new excitement to WWE 2K23, writes Lee Diamato from ScreenRant.com. The Revel with Wyatt DLC is coming soon, well, tomorrow, to WWE 2K23, bringing a new crop of wrestling talent to the ring. This is the 4th DLC pack for the WWE 2K23, which has put out one each month since its release. So far, each pack has contained 5 wrestlers from across the WWE's decade of history and multiple pro wrestling brands. With the last pack, the Race to NXT, focusing on WWF legend Harley Race and various NXT superstars from the NXT banner, including Trick Williams and Wendy Chu. This latest pack is somewhat different, bringing a loosely themed collection of 6 WWE wrestlers to the latest installments in the annual video game franchise, along with a brand new bonus character. As its name implies, the Revel with Wyatt pack DLC focused primarily on wrestlers from Bray Wyatt's stable. I don't know what stable he's talking about because there is no Wyatt stable currently or in the last couple of years, along with some who have similar gimmicks or are otherwise related. Wyatt is a beloved wrestler icon and 3-time WWE World Champion, having claimed the WWE Championship once, the Universal Championship twice. He also been absent from WWE television appearances since March of 2023. So it's been a minute. Yeah. So hopefully this pack of Wyatt themed content for WWE 2K23 can tide players over until the Eater Worlds returns. So let's see. I'm trying to. Here we go. The add-ons. It adds not 5 but 6 new wrestlers to WWE 2K23, including special bonus characters. Those are Bray Wyatt. We've seen entrances for him, like the one that he had when he returned at what was it, Extreme Rules. Zeus. That's an OG wrestler, Zeus. Valhalla is showing up. That's the one I at least care about. Joe Gacy from NXT. Blair Davenport from NXT as well. And Uncle Howdy is the additional bonus character. The Revel with Wyatt pack marks Wyatt's return to WWE video games after his absence from 2K22. Wyatt, who signed with WWE in 2010, is known for incorporating multiple and often diametrically opposed characters into his in-ring persona, yada yada. It goes on to talk more about Bray Wyatt and the inclusion of Uncle Howdy. So those are the 6 characters we're getting, Will. Assuming someone gifted you a copy of WWE 2K23 and installed it into your gaming console for you, and all they had to do was hand you the controller and already downloaded this DLC pack for you, which characters would you be excited for?
Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt would be great. Think about the wild, crazy, like just indie-rific outlaw mud show stuff you could do with Bray Wyatt in a 2K video game.
That's true.
You know, the just the Sister Abigail just through the cage and like everything. It would just be crazy.
Oh,
everything you could do with Bray would be he's built for a video game because everything about his stuff is made for fucking TV.
That's true. That's true.
He's only a good wrestler in a video game.
So don't let Matt hear you say that. Don't let Matt hear you say that. He's gonna be so pissed at you. Jesus. All right. So then, okay. Besides him, then, is there anyone else that you care about, like Blair Davenport, maybe a Joe Gacy? You know,
I actually, I give NXT a lot of flack, but I just don't watch them. I don't watch them for the show. I don't watch them for work. I can't interview WWE talent because, you know, like I'm too many notches down on their pecking order. So NXT's it's not in my universe right now.
Yeah.
So when I do start to watch and like start to pick out NXT talent that I'm into, and ironically enough, Joe Gacy caught my eye recently, not because of his work in WWE, but because of his work in CZW.
Oh, so you watch some old Joe Gacy stuff from CZW.
Yeah. I think if they let Joe Gacy loose in WWE, he could be like Dean Ambrose 2.0. So them gearing him up for a main roster, like, you know, a call up, I'm super hyped for Joe Gacy. So I'm on the Joe Gacy train. I can get behind that.
All right, I can see that. I mean, I'm not currently a fan of his current gimmick with the schism and the Schism Tree and all this other stuff. But as a talent, I like them. When we went to WWE Raw back in, I don't even remember. It was right before WrestleMania when Raw came to Chicago. No, I think it was shortly after WrestleMania. I can't recall. It might have been after WrestleMania. But point is that we went there and we had two dark matches, right? One was Cora Jade versus, I believe, Dana Brooke, and the other match was Joe Gacy versus some other main roster talent. I can't recall who he faced, but he looked fantastic. He looked great. He was doing a bunch of cool moves. Like, he looked very agile in the ring compared to what you would think he looked like. And when he initially showed up in NXT when it was still black and gold before they did the rebrand with 2.0, he had almost like a John Moxley, Dean Ambrose vibe to him with his character. So I can see where you're coming from. So Joe Gacy is definitely a dude that I'm looking forward to. I think Uncle Howdy, just because I know a lot of content creators are going to go in that community creation pool and try to remove that mask from Uncle Howdy, do some kind of shit. Because they do it with Rey Mysterio every year where they remove Rey Mysterio's mask. So I'm almost certain that we're going to get confirmation that that's Bo Dallas underneath that mask. I'm just waiting for it.
1,000%.
I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for it. Well, but yeah, so yeah, guys, Revel and Wyatt, Revel with Wyatt Pack is coming out tomorrow for all you WWE 2K23 players. It'll be available tomorrow. Make sure to stay tuned for that. In terms of wrestling, let's keep the wrestling train going. We got one more bit of news in terms of wrestling, and that is that supposedly WWE is reportedly interested in signing a top free agent following their recent release. This is coming from comicbook.com, written by Connor Casey. Nick Aldis, a former Impact and NWA World Heavyweight Champion, is reportedly now a free agent after his Impact World Championship match against Alex Shelley in the main event of Saturday's Slammiversary pay-per-view for Impact Wrestling. I've been meaning to watch Slammiversary. There was just like so much wrestling this weekend, that weekend. I just couldn't do it. After a tumultuous departure from the National Wrestling Alliance in late 2022, Aldis made his official return to Impact at the Rebellion pay-per-view back in April. Based on the latest reports, that was merely a short-term deal, and now that the National Treasure is free, WWE apparently has interest in locking him into a deal. According to PW Elite Insider Elites, multiple WWE sources are stating the company has high interest in all this. The report also noted that his name has been discussed as a possible producer in the company, so it's possible they're more interested in using the 36-year-old in a behind-the-scenes capacity rather than an in-ring as an in-ring competitor. Nick Aldis on his interest in signing with WWE. Aldis hinted at the idea of joining WWE in an interview with Comic Book back in August of 2022 while he was still under contract with NWA. The quote says, "When I choose to sign a contract somewhere, that's me making my full commitment to that organization for the time that I'm under contract. To me, that's what being a professional is. So having said that, it's always difficult to talk about having aspirations to move on and to conquer the last big thing. For me, there's one major level that I haven't accomplished in the game, and everyone knows what that is. I'm not going to deny that that's still something that I think about all the time. I think the difference is that I sort of made peace with the idea that it'll never happen or it won't." And that's an interesting conversational piece to have, because back when Nick Aldis was a free agent from his NWA contract, both he and Jay White were rumored to be two targets, two free agents that WWE was interested in, and then the merger happened, then the buyout happened with UFC's parent company, and then all the releases happened. Triple H wasn't in charge. They couldn't spend money. They were kind of capped out, so they couldn't go after Jay White and they couldn't go after Nick Aldis, which is why he signed that short-term deal with Impact. Now maybe there's a little bit of wiggle room, and I think Nick Aldis is a great talent. I've seen plenty of him on Impact before he joined the NWA. I saw his match, and one of his match with Cody at the first All In show for the 10 pounds of gold was one of, if not the best booked story match going into that pay-per-view. Because yeah, you could talk about, oh yeah, Penta versus Kenny Omega, Okada versus the dude we don't talk about anymore because he's a perv. And obviously the 6-man trios match that closed off the night. But that match was one of the big highlight match that was the reason why a lot of tickets sold. A lot of old school wrestling fans were like, "Oh yeah, I want to see Nick Aldis versus Cody Rhodes." That has a lot of like weight to it. So I'm a fan of Nick Aldis. I think he'd fit in perfectly in WWE. But Will, you're the NWA Impact guy. Go on ahead. Let us know what you think.
I think Nick Aldis is a bona fide star anywhere he goes. My big question mark, if he does go back to WWE, is he's booked with the Oceania Wrestling Federation in Australia to do Starcast in
Mm-hmm.
October.
Yes.
So will a WWE contract prohibit him from doing an independent booking like that? So that would be a huge question. Mickie James is also involved with that. She's also a free agent right now. So I think this all kind of plays together in what he does.
Yeah.
He's a big enough star. If he goes to WWE, he could very well be a contender for the championship. If he goes to WWE and decides to be a producer, he's a great wrestling mind. He's old school pro wrestling with a capital R. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and he'll tell you that too. Like, he's one of those guys that says things like Memphis gets over everywhere because old school wrestling always gets over. So Nick Aldis going to WWE, great. If now Nick Aldis went back to NWA, great. He's going to be a world champion in whatever promotion he works in next.
How do you feel about Nick Aldis? Let's say the prospect of him being in an AEW ring. Do you think that's like the perfect setting, good setting for him? Do you think he'd be just a stark difference from whatever it is that they do, that he'd stand out more in that environment? I know he's a big dude, so he's going to make a lot of those guys over there like seem small in retrospect. But what about him as potentially being an AEW guy, being
Here's the
all elite?
way here's the way you have to look at it. When you look at big wrestling contracts, you have to look at creative versus cash.
Yeah,
Okay? And you have to be willing, if you're going to go to WWE, you have to realize you're going to make in a Nick Aldis position, you'll make the most money you've ever made in your contract because Nick Aldis will sign a 7-figure multi-year deal. He'll be a millionaire for the rest of his life because of his WWE contract. But he will have less creative work. You can go work for AEW, MLW, NWA, and Impact for less money, but ultimately have all of your creative. You
yeah,
have to figure out which side of that coin you want to land on long term. Nick Aldis has done everything on the bet on yourself, win champions on the indies, be 10 pounds of gold Impact. He's done all of that. The only thing he hasn't done is sign that big 7-figure deal that says I'm a big enough deal that people want to pay millions of dollars for me to wrestle one night a week.
I get that. Okay, all right. One final question in terms of Nick Aldis, and then we'll swing it over to Travis for some ads. But with Nick Aldis, do you think you feel slighted in a way as a fan of his if he goes to NXT first before going to the main roster? Because NXT isn't what it used to be, where all the top indie names or the big non-WWE names go there sometimes first, build up their name with the WWE universe, get their character going, and then they go to main roster. Now it's more of a developmental brand, back to where the core of it was supposed to be, with some WWE main roster guys being sprinkled in there. Like last week, we saw Judgment Day. We've been seeing like Dana Brooke show up a few weeks now. Apollo Crews had a spell there as well. Because honestly, I feel like he'd bring a little bit more of a prestige to the NXT title that I feel like it's been lacking since maybe since Adam Cole had it back in the day. Because after that, they transitioned to like Ciampa being champion. Then they went to Braun Breaker. Like, nothing against Braun Breaker, it just doesn't give me like that big prestigious like world champion vibe. It gives me like a mid card champion vibe. And Nick Aldis definitely feels like similar to what Bobby Roode did when he showed up to NXT and became the glorious Bobby Roode. I feel like Nick Aldis can do something similar to that in NXT, and then he can go to main roster and do other things. Because at the moment, like, I see him maybe a challenger for the IC title or a US title. Like, I think he looked great with that United States Championship.
If you send Nick Aldis to NXT, The only thing you'll be sending him to NXT to do is to learn the WWE system.
Yeah,
How to look
essentially.
at hard cams, where the roaming cams go, because NXT is training people to be on the next stage. So it would be like Jeter coming. I'm going to steal this analogy, but it would be like Jeter coming back from a injury and going to play AAA ball before he steps up to the Yankees. You know, Jeter's going to play for the Yankees. He's only going to stop in the AAA to rehab, to learn the system, get back on his feet, and go. If Aldis were to be in NXT, that's the way you should look at it. He'll go to NXT for one run to kind of like get his feet wet in the WWE system and then immediately go to the main roster. I don't think there's really any need for Aldis to be in NXT, though. He's main roster ready. It's just a matter of how they were booking him to make him appear like that larger than life British heel that he is.
No, I 100% agree with you. I think you're right on the money with it. Me personally, selfishly, I just kind of want him to go there for like maybe like a month or two, get the NXT title under his like list of accolades, and then go to main roster. I just want him to be an NXT champion at some point. I want him to be part of the lineage of the NXT title, you know. And maybe with him back, they'll like change the fucking title so it doesn't have a bunch of like rainbow colors on the side or in the center plate, and it goes back to just being a gold championship because it bugs me. Ever since they changed it with Braun Breaker, I've been mad about it.
You don't like the 2.0 belt?
No, I'm not a fan of the 2.0. But in the meantime, you should be a fan of our sponsors. You should support our sponsors because it helps us keep the lights on over here at Creatia World. So we're going to swing it over to Travis real quick so he can talk to us about that. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, give me a second. Talk more about Nick Aldis while I look for it.
Nick Aldis, the national treasure. He is over my left shoulder. Where'd he go? There he is, right there. He held the 10 pounds of gold for 1,043 consecutive days with multiple defenses at NWA 71 and 72. He had bouts with Matt Cardona. He lost the belt to Matt Cardona. He had great bouts with Cody Rhodes. Matt Cardona. Yeah, he lost the bout. He lost the belt to
Can you see Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a
wide... Hold on. We'll start over. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, that's it. I was just rambling, dude. Honestly, I was just filling air.
All right, Travis, take it from here, man.
Do you want to spice things up in the bedroom? Then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Could you see Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creatiaworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creatiaworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go-to online store for all your dog-related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creationworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creationworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creationworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful, clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try Dubby today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
Thank you, Travis. I appreciate you chiming in and joining the episode every single time we need to talk about the ads.
Hardest
Will,
working man in show business, dude.
Yeah.
Every day, dude. 5 days a week. It kills me. He's so dedicated to the art.
how does he do it? How does he fucking do it? Who knows? But maybe Peacock should take some inspiration because according to Todd Spangler from Variety.com, Peacock decided that they're going to up their prices instead of just like upping their performances. So for the first time since Peacock debuted in 2020, yes, I did that on purpose, and NBC Universal is hiking the monthly prices on the streaming service. Starting at midnight Eastern Monday evening, NBC Universal will notify existing Peacock customers, and I did get my email notification, that their rates will be increasing as of next month, effective August 17th for existing users on their next billing cycle and immediately for new customers. The price of Peacock Premium with ads will increase by $1 to $5.99 per month, and Peacock Premium Plus, which is mostly commercial free, will rise $2 to $11.99 per month. In the past 3 years since Peacock's launch, the platform has added more than 80,000 hours of content and will reach 100,000 hours total over the next coming year, according to NBCU. That includes exclusive pay one window movies from Universal Filmed Entertainment Group, NBC, and Bravo episodes the next day, streaming channels from Hallmark and Rios, and daily morning news from NBC and MSNBC. As of the end of the quarter of 2023, Peacock had 22 million subscribers, up more than 60% from last year. Up more than 60% year over year per Comcast. According to the media company, by increasing the price of Peacock, it will be able to invest in content and the user experience while remaining competitive in the marketplace. Other streamers have recently hiked prices too, including Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Max, and YouTube TV. Netflix most recently raised prices in the US in early 2022. NBCU has taken previous steps to accelerate the profitability of the Peacock biz after losses are expected to peak at about $3 billion in 2023. The company earlier this year shut off access to Peacock's free tier to new users. In June, stopped budging Peacock Premium for free for Comcast's Xfinity customers. So that was actually a thing that actually happened. So I was actually getting Peacock for free because I'm an Xfinity customer. So I was getting premium at the ad version one.
Nothing's better than free cock.
Then the free cock. Yeah, you got free cock. Oh, that should have been the title. No more free cock.
Uh-huh.
No more free cocks.
That's the thumbnail, dude. Why didn't we think of that?
Oh my god. Missed opportunity there. But yeah, so that's the case. The article goes on to talk more about Peacock and all its financials and logistics and whatnot. So if you want to check out the numbers, go to variety.com and click on the article. The big button thing, and I got the email notification 2 days ago. I think it was Sunday. No, it was actually Monday. I think it was actually yesterday where I got the notification. And that's when I went and looked up the articles and stuff like that. So I want to say it was sometime in July or June where I got a notification saying, hey, by the way, your Peacock Premium account isn't going to be free anymore. So you're going to have to subscribe for $4.99 a month if you want it. And sure enough, it was literally the Friday right before Money in the Bank. So I forked over the money to watch Money in the Bank. So then I did that. And then now
they got you. Bait and
they
switch.
got me. They did it. They knew how to get me too. They did it the day before the big major pay-per-view in London. So that's one thing they did. And now they're raising the price $1 on the Premium Plus. So not only do I have to pay $4.99, now it's going up one more. So instead of getting my show for free, now I'm paying $7 to get WWE pay-per-views.
Do you think WWE is worth $7 a month, Vince?
I used to pay $9.99, so I guess as long as I don't supersede the $9.99, I think I'm okay.
You know what the bigger travesty in this whole article is? I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So at the very bottom, they list all the Peacock franchises, blah blah blah. Here's what you can watch on Peacock. You know what really pisses me off? The fucking Office isn't the number one show listed. Let's Yellowstone? The fuck is that? The Office is the Office and WWE are the only two reasons you need Peacock.
Well, they also have the Harry Potter series there, so I'm a big Harry Potter buff. So
but should Harry Potter be listed above the Office?
It's not.
But
the Office should be number one, not Yellowstone.
My point exactly.
Parks and Recs is on there too.
Parks and Rec only got good because they got lucky.
So you're not a Parks and Recs fan, I see. Oh man. So let's end on a positive note here, Will. Let's talk about stuff that's coming to Disney Plus. Instead of taking away from us and adding money, how about we talk about what Disney Plus is adding to their August lineup, right?
Yeah.
So this is an article coming from comicbook.com written by Charlie Richley. August is still a couple weeks away, but Disney Plus is already prepping subscribers for the month ahead. This week, the streaming service unveiled the complete list of movies, shorts, and television shows set to be added to its lineup over the course of August. Between a new Star Wars show and a hit Marvel movie, there's plenty to get excited about in the coming weeks. So let's just skip onto it. The first two episodes of Star Wars Osaka, is that how you pronounce it? Arrive on August 23rd. That's the big one. I don't watch Star Wars, so I can't sit here. Travis, if you're still in the chat, please correct me. Ahsoka?
I think so. I'm not real sure either. Yeah.
Anyways, to start off the month on August 2nd, you're gonna get Farm Dreams season 1, 6 episodes. Now, How Not to Draw Shorts season 1, 5 episodes. KIF season 1, it's 4 episodes. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, that's the big one right there, because I've been wanting to rewatch that so many times.
None of those are real shows. They're just putting stuff there. It was just like blank stock information when they uploaded the format. The only thing that matters on that list is Guardians of the Galaxy 3. KIF is the stuff that's at the bottom of my grinder that I collect. Like KIF's not a real show.
Right. Okay. So Guardians is coming August 2nd. August 4th, we were getting Rio. So
that's cool. Okay.
I like Rio. August 9th, we're gonna have Chibi Tiny Tales shorts, Dino Ranch, High School Show. Yeah, High School Musical, the series.
I know that's real. That's got Zac Efron in it.
Yeah, season 4.
I don't know why I know that.
Season 4 is there. August 11th, this is the one I'm excited for. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is coming to Disney Plus, and this is big because I talked about it on Creatia Conversation a month or so back, where they're adding a lot of the Spider-Man films. All three of the Tobey films, I think, are on there. Then they got the first Tom Holland one and the first Andrew Garfield one. They haven't added any of the Venom films yet, but I think they have plans of putting Venom 1 in there on Disney Plus. So now all the Andrew Garfield films are there. So now I'm waiting for all the Spider-Man Tom Holland films to show up there as well. And then all my Spider-Man content will be rapidly in one single platform, like we started at the episode at the top of the episode. Everything in one wrapped, neatly clean bundle.
Just like me and you, Vince, perfectly balanced every day.
There you go. We got other stuff like Barnyard Olympics, Donald's cousin Gus, Donald's nephews, Flying Jalopy, yeah, Flying Jalopy, Goofy and Wilmer, Mickey's Steamroller. I guess. August 16th, we get Disney Junior Wonderful World of Songs.
Yeah.
Hamster and Gretel.
That's not the name of that show. I'm just messing with you, Vince.
You're making me second guess myself. The Villains of Valley View, Wicked Tuna. I guess that's a thing.
The season 12 is 20 episodes of Wicked Tuna. What the fuck is that show about? Is that like Deadliest Catch?
Could be.
Where they're like tuna fishing instead of crab fishing?
You should do some research, and then next week when we're on the show together, we'll talk about it.
I'm on 6 seasons of Wicked Tuna.
The tuna is still wicked. The Wonder Years season 2, 10 episodes on August 17th. August 18th got Lego Disney Princess the Castle Quest premiere. So that's a thing. August 23rd, like I said, Star Wars Ahsoka.
Somebody in the chat save us. How do you pronounce?
I don't think there's anyone in the chat anymore. But yeah, just 2 episode premiere. So it's the brand new Star Wars show that's coming out. So check that out. Cinderella 4K remaster is coming on the 25th. Explorer Lost of the Arctic is coming on the 25th as well. And episode 3 of the Star Wars show is coming out on August 30th. So there's that. So I think the big thing here is obviously the Guardians, Amazing Spider-Man, and the new Star Wars show that's going to be revealed and have 3 episodes actually in the month of August. So that's kind of cool. I'm excited for Guardians. I loved Guardians 3.
I'm happy with Guardians. Like I said, that was the biggest thing. Like I jokingly say, but a lot of this is obviously geared for kids. Disney has such a plethora of children's content; it's ridiculous. So 1 out of every 4 titles you listed might be something I watch, but the big ones were the Spider-Man stuff, the Guardian stuff. Adding all the Spider-Mans into one place, like we were saying, amazing. Being able to find all of it in one centralized location.
Yeah, amazing. No pun intended. Okay, so I was gonna wrap things up, but you know what? I forgot almost about this trailer. It's only 30 seconds long. I think we can squeeze it in there.
We can always squeeze it in there, Vince. For you.
Hold up. Give me just 1 second. All right. Let's see. I was trying to get it. Hold up. 1 time. I'm having technical difficulties. There we go. Let's play the trailer real quick.
Bada bing, bada boom. No.
When darkness falls and people need hope, they turn to their heroes. Isn't that funny?
Isn't that the one that laughs?
Yeah, the Batman, the Batman who laughs. Obviously, it was laughing in the trailer. God damn it, Will. So yeah, the mobile game coming, DC related. Everyone should check it out. Thoughts, Will? Are you gonna get it?
Batman, like I've said 1,000 times, I'm not a big DC guy, but Batman is the one DC comic that I am super into. I like the lore behind the Joker, so the idea of putting the 2 characters together. There's a hand. There's a ghost. There's a I like the lore of putting the Joker and Batman together in one being. I think that's cool.
Yeah. Well, apparently the trailer was released yesterday too. So so if you
There's somebody behind you.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's the Batman who laughs.
I'm telling Melissa.
Anyway, man, we got a nice neat hour in here. Why don't you plug your socials and let everyone know where they can find you, man?
As always, Vince, I appreciate you and Travis allowing me to be the honorary host of Creatia World. If you want to find my shenanigans elsewhere, you can find my link tree at the Will Gray. You'll find everything for Botch Bots and Share Shots, Rivet City Radio, and all of my dirt sheet writing. I love you. Thank you. Vince, tell Melissa I said hi.
Will says hi. Take the Civic. All right. Follow Creatia World on social media on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creatia World. Follow us there, turn on notifications so you know when we go live, because we tweet and we post when we're going live for an episode. So if for some reason you're not subscribed and you don't have the bell notifications on all the video platforms, you'll know right here, right now when we go live. So go ahead, check that out as well. Go to creatiaworld.com, give you the link to all the audio podcasts and all the audio versions of the show, as well as the Twitch, the YouTube, and everything else in between. Am I missing anything? I already plugged the Patreon. I plugged the Pornhub. I plugged the YouTube. I plugged the Twitch. We're also available on Facebook.com/Creatia World. We're live there as well for all the people that decided to leave Twitter and join Facebook because of Elon Musk and all his happenings over there. We have 2 Facebook groups for you over there on Facebook.com/group/ThemDragons, where you can send Travis dragon dick pics, but more importantly is where we talk about House of the Dragons and Game of Thrones. We also have Facebook.com/group/Smacking Raw, where we talk wrestling over there. We have a live wrestling chat for all the wrestling shows. So for tonight, it'd be NXT. So during NXT, Mike hooks up the live chat. So go ahead and check that out for sure. Aside from that, it's just a really cool, fun place to talk wrestling with a bunch of like-minded, positive people over there. As for me, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESvince. The link tree in my bio takes you everything Creatia World, Smacking Raw, Get Show, and Straight Talk. I just recently linked up finally with Cage, my IQ, aka Bakley, aka Dan Bakley from
Dirt Sheet Dan.
Dirt Sheet Dan, Dirty Dan. He's Dirty Dan. Dirty Dom. He's Dirty Dan. So Dirty Dan, he was on the show with me and Bashara. We talked NBA free agency. We talked about the Damian Lillard and James Harden trade requests. So it was a fun time. It was a long episode, but it was fun. So if you go and search up SESvince on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever, you'll find the podcast. I encourage everyone to go over to youtube.com/SESvince and subscribe there to get the video version of the episode. It was a live premiere of it yesterday, so go ahead and check that out. It's available right there, the replay. But with that being said, Will, I think we're set. I think we're done. We neatly wrapped everything up. We'll catch you guys.
I love you so much, Vince. Spending the day with you is always great.
It's a great hour, man. It's always an easy hour. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for more Creatia Conversation. Later, y'all. Thanks again.